black bat symbol.
See, I always like the idea in the comics. Batman sort of puts body armor on and then he pulls the suit over the top of it, so it just looks like
Spandex.
Basically.
Yeah, but he's got body armor
but he's
on
armored
underneath.
under it, rather than with, because I know the Christian Bale suit was hyper realistic.
Yeah, it
if
was
you
a
were
Kevlar
Batman, this is what
bodysuit.
you would need.
Yeah.
You know, and I think they're going to. But you know, imagine. I think what they're going to do is, if you imagine the Christian Bale suit with the costume on top of it.
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of way?
Yeah.
I kind of like that idea. I mean, that's kind of, you know, that's very Jim Lee sort of came up with that idea, and I think that's what they're going to go with. I'm really hoping to see a yellow bat and a yellow belt as well.
Yeah.
You
Or
know,
at least a dark yellow.
yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what I loved about the Tim Burton suit.
Yeah, it has the yellow
It was
bat
black,
symbol.
but it had the yellow all over it as well,
Yeah.
which I thought was really, really cool. So yes, that'll be an amazing job. Right, what else? There's also, we'll see, what else have we got? Shazam. Are you familiar with the character of Shazam?
I am not.
Right, okay.
Shazam, is that the little wizard man?
No, he's a kid who gets superpowers and becomes a superhero. He used to be, I think he used to be called Captain Marvel. Now he's Shazam, because there was a whole thing where he's a DC character, but he's called Captain Marvel, and Marvel right now you can't call him that, and everything else.
Right.
But it seems that because Man of Steel has been so successful, Shazam has been basically put on the back boiler. Grudge Match director Peter Siegel was developing a Shazam movie project alongside DC Entertainment for years, and in a recent interview with Coming Soon, he said that the project has been put on hold indefinitely because the Superman franchise has been so successfully rebooted. The film, which was tentatively called Billy Batson and the Legend of Shazam,
Catchy.
bit of a mouthful,
Easy.
was being developed with comic writer Jeff Johns. Originally introduced in 1940 in Whiz Comics #2, the character in reality is a young boy called Billy Batson, who is granted powers and the body of an older superhero and dubbed the champion for good. For years the character was known as Captain Marvel, but legal issues and confusion over Marvel Comics caused DC to promote him under the name Shazam. DC then officially, in the new recent 52 reboot, he's now just known as Shazam. Siegel says Shazam has always lived this tortured life going against Superman. This dates back to the 30s because Captain Marvel had similar powers to Superman. The DC folks back then sued what was the most popular comic book in the stands at the time. Years later, they bought it and it became a DC property. Now, basically, what I love about the Shazam character is because he's magic, he's one of the only characters in the DC universe who can beat Superman.
Yeah.
Because Superman has no powers against magic. But it just seems that now, because the DC universe is really, really kicking off, that poor old Shazam has sort of been kicked aside. Craziest rumour of the last few weeks.
Right.
Denzel Washington. Have you heard this?
Yes, he's going to be Green Lantern.
Yeah. Now, because for a while, I didn't hear this, because we got a whole mixed up in the whole Bryan Cranston thing and the whole Joaquin Phoenix and everything. Apparently, Denzel was in the running for Lex Luthor.
He was?
Apparently.
Right.
I have to say that Fallen the Nerd didn't report this. I haven't found
No,
anything
I haven't
else,
heard
but
that
apparently
anywhere.
it's been a big rumour. Now, again, taking the whole, black Lex Luthor and everything else out of it, I think Denzel Washington would be a superb actor for that role.
Yes, he
I
would.
just can't see it happening. I don't see it. So now there's a website out there called Nuke the Fridge,
Yes.
which I think picked up his name from Indiana
Jones, yeah.
And they are insisting that Denzel Washington is not going to be Lex Luthor, but rather he's going to be John Stewart, the Green Lantern.
Okay. We
Now-
see, I like John Stewart Green Lantern.
Okay,
Because
why?
I grew up with the animated Justice League series from the 90s.
Okay.
Which had John Stewart as Green Lantern in it. And I've always preferred him over Hal Jordan.
All right.
Don't know why. That's
Hal
how-
Jordan's a bit of a dick.
Yeah, he is. He is a bit of a Richard.
He is a bit of a Richard. So, I mean, is it possible? Are we going to see Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern?
Yep.
I mean, there's rumours of Flash.
Yeah.
Surely we're going to see Martian Manhunter. There's
Yes, I'm actually waiting on the casting for Martian Manhunter to get underway.
Do you think... Are we going to see, are they going to go with the universe building idea where the movie will concentrate on Batman and Superman? But, much like the Lizard was in Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man movie, or was it the second one he was in? And...
In the Raimi trilogy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was in all three.
Was he in all three?
Yeah, he just never became the Lizard.
Aye, but he was the character. And,
Yeah, he was
do you
Dylan
think,
Baker.
is it going to be, people are going to be like, oh, hang on, did they just say that was... Oh, he becomes,
Yeah,
Are they
yeah.
going to do that? Is that going to be what's going to happen here? Because I think if we
Yeah.
just start firing superheroes left, right, and centre at the screen, people are going to be like, what?
No, because
Boring?
I think we'll probably have a scene between like Bruce Wayne and Diana Prince.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And that would sort of be it.
What are you doing?
I'm fiddling.
Yes, you are. Ooh, all right. Gal Gadot, who we just spoke about, as is Wonder Woman. She has got Linda Carter's blessing. Linda Carter, of course, the original.
Yes, the classic, the
only,
iconic
really,
Wonder Woman.
Linda Carter. She.
Yeah. Well, live action Wonder Woman anyway.
Many's a childhood fantasy there.
Oh, easy.
Hey.
Hey.
But yeah, Linda Carter's been interviewed and she's been asked about how she feels about Wonder Woman being brought back to the screen. She says, I care about the character I care more about the character continuing than holding on to a piece of it. I just hope that Gadot has fun with it. What about the fact that Wonder Woman will be in a film that is already Batman and Superman? And she says, maybe that's better. She won't have to carry the whole film. It takes the pressure off. I wish her well. I'm just glad she's going to be out there again. Maybe she'll get her own show again. It's a fair point. It might actually be the smartest way to introduce Wonder Woman rather than kicking off a whole Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, I think actually that, because we were talking before last year anyway, about how DC are sort of doing a reverse Marvel, in a sense that where Marvel took their separate characters and gave them their own stories and their own movies, and then brought them together for a team-up for the Avengers. DC seemed to be doing the exact opposite, where, they released Man of Steel, and they were like, okay, let's cram everybody into it.
Yeah.
I think that actually works, because, could you do a Wonder Woman movie? And, their attempts to do Green Lantern didn't really work out too well.
Yeah.
So, I think could you imagine people going to see an Aquaman movie?
I know. See, the thing is...
Or a Martian Manhunter movie?
If they do Wonder Woman in this movie and people like her, it's like Hulk.
Yeah.
There was 2 Hulk movies, and they kind of tanked, and people didn't really like them, although I really loved the Ang Lee one, but that's a whole different story. But then once
Mark Ruffalo
played
Rufus?
I don't know, Rufus Sewell.
Rufus,
dude. But once Mark Ruffalo played him in Avengers, then people were like, we want a Hulk movie because we like this Hulk, version of Hulk. So maybe introducing Wonder Woman, giving her a small role in this movie, doing it right, doing it properly, then people might say, you know what, we want to see a movie of this. Because people want to see a Black Widow movie now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they've got that. It's called The Winter Soldier.
There's the Black Widow Hawkeye movie. That still always gets sort of
really
about. Yeah.
No, because they want to do the whole backstory thing, where it's like this is just like Budapest, so they want to do a movie just to see what happened in Budapest.
You and I have very different memories of Budapest.
Yeah, but do you know what? Just leave it. Just leave it. That's the whole point. Joss Whedon wrote that specifically, so it was like, oh, they have backstory.
Yeah.
But just leave that as a funny little event that you can make up in your head.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't actually go back and make a prequel movie for God's sake.
Or go and read a comic. The story's bound to be in one of the comics.
More than likely,
Go and read a comic. Okay, so Gadot was saying, do you know she served in the Israeli army? She was in the Israeli army for 2 years.
Serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
So she can kick ass.
And chew bubblegum.
And
she's all out of gum.
She was talking about how she was on her way to LA. She got the phone call. She said the role was hers. She was completely freaking out. Fan reaction. She was asked about the fan reaction. Now, we know that there's been some cruel fan reaction on websites. Yeah. Personally, you know what? I liked her in the Fast and Furious movies. I think she's a very, very beautiful woman. I can so see her in the role.
I was a big fan of her acting.
Yes. But you know what? They asked about the fan reaction, saying that she's too skinny and she, for lack of a better word, lacks 2 of Wonder Woman's biggest assets. Yeah?
Well, personality and charm.
Fair enough. So she said, you know what?
That's what she's called them.
I represent Wonder Woman of the New World. Anyone can buy for 9,000 shekels big breasts.
Yes.
Okay. And everything is fine. By the way, Wonder Woman is Amazonian. Historically accurate Amazonian women actually only had 1 breast. So it'd really be, by the book, it'd be very problematic. I don't know what that means. I'm not really sure what that means. Got a bit of breakdown in communication. On the diet and training, she said, it's very physical preparation, and I'm starting now. Very serious training regimen, kung fu, kickboxing, swords, jiu-jitsu, Brazilian.
Easy.
I'm assuming that's a fighting style. 1,001
Although I suppose she'd have to get one for the costume.
She says she's planning on gaining body mass. But if she's going through all this, then she must be going to lay down the thunder in the movie at some point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're doing the costume design for Wonder Woman, I'm sure they're not just going to do the entire costume just for a scene for her standing there going, that's right, Superman, you kicked Batman's ass.
Yeah, but I mean, they could do that for an after credit scene, or for just a glimpse. But if she's actually training to fight and to bulk up and to do all these things, then they must be going to have some sort of physical role for her in the movie.
Well, I'm guessing they will.
Yeah. Okay. This I love. I love this rumor. Okay. Let's have fun with this one.
Right.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Okay. Who is? I watched G.I. Joe Retaliation over Christmas. It's so terrible. It's amazing.
Really? Is it bad good?
It's bad good.
Because I heard it was just bad.
No, it's bad good. It's
okay.
A million times better than the first movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a lot of fun. It's stupid, but you know what? It's The Rock being The Rock. And
Unreal.
He's really good at it. He's really, really good.
No,
at it.
because Stuart was saying that the only way this was what put me off saying because I would have went to see it in a second.
Yeah, I wanted to
because
see
it just
it.
looked so daft. But the thing is, Stuart from the Monday Movie Show, of course, put me off it because he said it was The Rock in a serious role.
That's not serious. There's nothing serious about it.
No, but he's desperately trying to be serious. He's not, he's not lampooning
It's
himself.
quite
He's not taking it
yeah,
serious.
it's quite straight-faced, but it's fun. It's silly,
Right.
stupid fun. But you know what? I loved it. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a great way to kill a couple hours.
It's a great way to kill a couple
Dead
hours, yes. But yeah, so The Rock has announced via his annual end-of-year Twitter Rock Talk that he has had a meeting with DC Comics property. He wrote, "We've just had a big meeting with Warner Bros. CEO Ree at DC Comics 2014 and we'll partner up and create cool bad assery." Okay? So basically, what he's saying is he's going to be involved in a DC Warner Bros. Movie.
Right.
This is exciting. There's your Martian Manhunter right there.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see The Rock in a super. I thought we were going to see him as Luke Cage or something. I assumed he was going to pop up in Marvel because he seems more suited for Marvel because he's
Marvel
more
are
cartoony.
much,
If you know what I mean, he's more fun and silly and
lighthearted.
Yeah. But no, so he's tweeting that he's been talking to Warner Brothers and that he's going to be associated in some way with an upcoming comic book movie.
Brilliant.
Now, personally, did you see the picture he tweeted?
No, what's the picture?
Okay, I don't have it on here. If you go to followingthenerd.com and type in The Rock, you will see the picture, and it's basically The Rock being The Rock wearing a Batman t-shirt.
Class.
Okay, and he's huge.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's just Bane. He is just Bane. Now, I don't think they'll do Bane again so soon.
No, not so soon, no.
And I think it would be silly to have Bane in a movie with Superman.
Yeah.
Because while Bane is a great character and he's Batman,
Superman could pick him up on his little finger.
Yeah. Ping, gone. I can't help feeling he's going to be Doomsday.
You think he's going to be Doomsday, yeah?
You know what? Because he's huge.
Yeah.
He is a monster of a man. And if you want to do Doomsday practically...
He's got a Solomon Grundy look about him as well,
Yeah. But Solomon Grundy's he's too simplistic a character, though.
Yeah.
I think they're going to want... They're going to want to give him something...
Like, Solomon Grundy would probably be like a Jason Momoa type of role.
Yeah.
Whereas with The Rock, you need to give him a bit more meat. If you'll pardon the expression.
Pardon me. But yeah, if DC are looking to build a franchise around him, then he's not going to be Doomsday.
No.
But you know what? Just for
Are they looking to? Is that what they said? They're looking to build a franchise around him.
Do you put an actor like The Rock in your franchise and not hope to expand on that?
Well, yeah, but he could still be a bad guy and come back for future installments.
Yeah. But then you see Doomsday again is all kill. So he's not exactly
right.
He's not exactly a fully
an intricate character.
Yeah. But yeah, I love this idea. Of course, we just talked about Shazam. He was attached to the role of Black Adam, who is Shazam's arch nemesis for a long time. Some of the guys on our own FTN, the private page that we have for ourselves, are afraid that he's going to be Lobo, who's kind of like an intergalactic bounty hunter. I think he could be Lobo.
Okay.
Because he's physically got that look, he's got the build, he's got that cockiness about him.
Yeah, you see, I'm down with my Marvel movieverse and my Marvel universe in general. I'm not so much when it comes to DC characters.
Okay, Lobo is basically he's imagine Boba Fett crossed with Deadpool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so class.
Yeah.
Lobo, you say?
Yeah.
I shall attack Google after the show.
White dude. By a white dude, I mean his skin's bleach white. He's an alien.
Right.
He's called Lobo. But the thing about Lobo is he might be too far out for this universe yet.
Yeah, leave it a couple of movies.
6 movies down the line. But maybe that's why they're talking to him. Maybe maybe they're not planning on introducing him just yet. But you know what?
Well, then again, if Batman versus Superman or whatever it's going to be is going to be introducing characters like Green Lantern, who's clearly gets his power from an alien race. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're going to have to build something, and obviously universe. Superman's Kryptonian. So it's clear that there's a big universe out there to be explored.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But again, I think it'll be the Iron Man thing where they keep it a wee bit yet. Because
still
he's not
keep
just
it
an alien; he's bonkers.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
keep it grounded, and then slowly, as each movie progresses, just get a little more far out there.
Yeah, because we've had the aliens in Avengers, but we still haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy because that's a wee bit crazier.
Yeah.
So Lobo's kind of that sort of thing. And on a non-related note, The Rock is 2013's highest-grossing actor.
So he should be.
Forbes named him as the top grossing actor of 2013 thanks to the total combined $1.3 billion box office haul of G.I. Joe Retaliation, Pain and Gain and Fast and Furious 6. Robert Downey Jr., star of the year's biggest movie Iron Man 3, actually took home a bigger paycheck than The Rock, came in second with $1.2 billion. Steve Carell's $964 million third place total was almost